Israel has called it an attempt to fool the world. The Palestinian group that runs Gaza has amended its official policy document, removing anti-Semitic language and for the first time agreeing to accept a Palestinian state based on the pre-1967 borders. But Hamas, which is considered a terrorist organisation by the United States and the European Union, still refuses to recognise Israel's right to exist. Well, to talk more about this, I'm joined by Björn Brenner. He's the author of Gaza Under Hamas and joins us live from Tel Aviv. Thanks for being with us on France 24 tonight. What has really changed here? Because Hamas is refusing to recognise Israel or renounce violence today.
Yes, so what is interesting with this document is the actual publication of it, that it now exists. Because there were internal differences over this, actual quite strong tension. So it's interesting that Hamas managed to pull together and agree in consensus, which is the way in how they make decisions, to agree on this document. And so I would say it shows, well, the content we can discuss. There is a little bit of for everyone in this document, but it's interesting in the sense that it shows that Hamas is able to remain relevant in the conflict, and that it's able to pull together.
Right, but this is not about making peace with Israel, is it? Let's be clear. This is a group that still calls for attacks on Israeli civilians.
That's very right, and what's also interesting here is that this document, I mean, it's not really focusing on trying to better the relations with Israel. It's focusing on trying to warm up the international community, and the international community that has been isolating Hamas, not talking to Hamas in any sense since 10 years. So it remains to be seen whether they will manage to in some sense, in some way, get international actors, other countries, to talk to them now.
And that explains, doesn't it, the group's decision to drop its links with the Muslim Brotherhood, because that was causing some serious funding problems with Arab countries, wasn't it? Yes,
and especially that Hamas is in need to have good relations with Egypt, with the Egyptian regime now. It's the only way for Hamas out of Gaza. So it needs to do things to make the Sisi regime in Cairo happy.
And of course, it's been more than 10 years now since Palestinians were able to vote and choose their own leaders. With regard to Fatah, of course, Hamas seized power 10 years ago. Since then, you know, the situation in Gaza is deplorable, isn't it? Unemployment is higher there than anywhere else in the world. Are the Palestinian people realising now that Hamas's tough stance isn't actually getting them anywhere?
Of course, this document is also a product of the pressure from the inside. And there is pressure from the inside from the people not being happy with what Hamas has achieved. There is pressure from the West Bank, from Mahmoud Abbas' Fatah party, and there is pressure from the international community. And this document tries to resolve all this at the same time, I suppose.
Björn Brenner in Tel Aviv, thank you very much.